Yo, what's good? Welcome to Observing the Process. Before we start, I'm hoping you can help me out by supporting the show. You can rate and review it on iTunes, Stitcher, or wherever you listen. You can share it with your friends, you can blog about it, or discuss it on your own podcast. If you're watching on YouTube, you can subscribe to my channel and like this video, or you can support it directly. You can do this by going to my website. I'll leave a link in the description. Thank you for supporting the show. Listeners like you make it possible. Today on the show, I had Guan Mu. Guan Mu is a Chinese skater who runs Kicker Club, the most popular skate blog in China. I've had the pleasure to work with Guan Mu over the years, and he's seriously a good dude. It's always a pleasure to work with him, and I know he's working in skating because of his love for it. There's no motivation to get rich off of skating, and that's something I really respect. So please give it up for Guan Mu.
In the land of China, people hardly got nothing at all.
No possessions?
And in China, they never go to church.
No religion too?
Or do magic.
Well, it's easy if you try, baby.
3, 2, 1. Okay, we're live. Guan Mu, how are you doing? Thanks for coming over.
Hi, 大家好. Thanks for having me.
Of course. I just got off the phone with Robert yesterday. He told me that you guys locked down the date for your photo exhibition.
Finally, after like 6 or 7 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, that project we started from 2013, I think. Back in the day, WK Wayne Kennedy has an open office. They invite some people like creative people, photographer, designer, blah blah, 3D printer, something. Some people making their own 3D printer, all kind of people working there for free. At that time, I met Robert.
Okay.
I'm using WK's free office. Robert just came to Shanghai, I believe.
Okay.
He started looking for some opportunities. And we kind of talking about, because he's a fashion photographer from Sweden.
Right.
Very interested with urban culture. I'm running Kicker Club for more than 10 years.
Right.
Knowing the skateboarding industry. And then we start to talking about something we can do together to make something interesting. Because I used to work with all kinds of professional skateboarding photographer before from China, from all over the world, but never worked with a fashion photographer. I want to know what the fashion photographers view for skateboarding.
Right, that's interesting. I've known him for a while, and he's an extremely talented photographer. Like, he's worked with some really cool brands, and the stuff I've seen him do on Instagram is super cool. So yeah, that's a cool project, because skate photographers are pretty specialized in just doing skate photography. So if you ask a fashion photographer, like, how would you photograph skateboarding? And is that what we're going to see?
Ski photographer, everyone knows fisheye, how to take photo, basically it's very similar, right?
Right. Everyone has like a similar mindset.
But
when they're
for them, maybe they never read the skateboarding magazine before, they can just re-image the skateboarding, right? So in the end, he chose to use black and white.
The whole project. Yeah,
and no fisheye.
No fisheye. So long lens, black and white.
Yeah.
I saw some small bits of the zine he put together. I really like his take on skate culture. He definitely did a little bit of research. It seems like it does have that skate like culture feeling, which I really appreciated, actually. I'm super excited to see it come to life.
And another funny thing is because we really hard to find a sponsor, the project start from 2013 until now, we're nearly done. Another funny fact is we kind of record the history of the 6 years of Shanghai skateboarding, because people changed a lot.
So much.
I
saw when you guys were shooting, Jay Meter still had homies.
Still have homies, right?
So long ago.
That's so long ago.
That's even
now
before
Jay
my time.
Moved to Taiwan, right?
Yeah, he's not even here anymore.
For example, Jeremy who's ride for Nike SB at that time.
Now he's full on Vans,
he's
right?
a Vans, right?
Yeah.
And at that time they didn't start Avenue and Son, and Boss Xie has like a car wash company, right? And now it's a so many things changed. It's so funny. Yeah.
So the event, what's the date that you guys set?
The date is October 19th. That's a Saturday afternoon, 3 to 6 at DOE Shanghai Xintiandi store.
Right. Yeah. It's right up the street, actually. It's super close to you.
Cool.
I've been there before. I think that's a good location. I've seen people do exhibitions there. And it's only going to be for one day, 3 to 6, that's it? Or will it?
The launch party going to be that afternoon, and then the photos will be there for 3 more days, I think. Yes.
Cool. So you don't have to make it for that 3 to 6 window. And then in addition to having prints up, I think you guys have a zine that you're making as well.
Yes, we do. Yes.
Right, Robert, like I saw some rough cuts of it. Is that something that people are going to be able to buy? You guys are trying to sell, or limited edition?
People can buy. Yeah, but less than 100 kuai is
right.
very cheap.
Awesome.
But the paper, the design is a very high quality zine. Yeah, the print, everything. Yeah, because Robert is he takes pride in his work. Yeah, he definitely didn't want to put out something half-assed. So yeah, we're starting to get into it. Let's go back to, I guess, the history of you, I suppose, because I always like to get to know. You know what? You're actually one of the first guests that's from China. I just realized that you like are full on Chinese. Like you grew up here, and like you're going to be able to give a way different perspective than most of my guests. Most of my guests are expats. So let's start off. Like where were you born in China? I was born in Qingdao. Maybe you have heard about Qingdao beer, right?
Everyone knows Qingdao. Oh yeah. Qingdao is close to Chengdu, correct? Or is that
no? Qingdao is the no, not Chengdu. Chengdu is west southwest.
Okay,
but Qingdao is the east coast.
Okay. There's one city that's close to
Jinan, Qingdao.
Yeah. Anyways, so you're from Qingdao.
Yeah, I was born there, and I went to Xi'an studying for my college 4 years.
What did you study?
Information engineering.
And what year was this?
1998.
98. So you graduated or started college?
Graduate.
You graduated college in 98.
No. I started the college at 1998.
Okay.
4 years, and graduated at 2002.
Okay. Were you already into skateboarding at this time, or?
Actually, I got my first professional skateboard 1999.
99.
Yeah, before I started skating, when I was in high school, with my first board is a China local brand named Jinchao skateboards. At that time, back in 1990, early 1990, it's a very popular brand. And the first brand, the truck is plastic.
Wow.
Yeah, and the graphic I still remember. The first one is a single kick, old school board, and the graphic is a kind of copied the Steve Caballero Dragon on it. Yeah, that is my first one. And the second one I brought to the college with me is also still Jinchao, but it's a double kick. Yeah, the wheel is...
Oh, so the first one was maybe directional skateboard, or...
What is directional?
Directional means like... So when you said double kick, like the nose and the tail look the same, like it's like you can reverse them. But directional is like, the nose is like flat and the tail is like fat and...
No. It's a double kick.
Okay.
Yeah. I brought that board to my college, and at that time the wheel is super small. Do you remember? It's a 1990s.
Oh, so street skating. Yeah. They used smaller wheels back then.
So one day, I was practice skating at the basketball court. There is a guy came to me and asked, "Hey, do you skate? And where do you from?" And and then we know each other. That guy named Tao Zheng was from Beijing.
Okay.
The other only skater in our college at that time.
Wow, such a small community back then.
Because he from Beijing, he has more information than me at that time. He showed me transfer skateboarding magazine.
Wow, yeah.
And then I asked him to help me bought a element board from Beijing during the summer holiday, and that's my first U.S. brand professional skateboard deck.
Okay, so you said that this is all happening in Xi'an, but you were first introduced to skateboarding in high school, though, a little bit?
Yeah,
Or
in Qingdao.
so did you how did you find out about it? Like through magazines, through TV?
There is a TV show named 运动旋律 Sports Melody
Uh-huh.
on CCTV 3.
So what kind of skateboarding was it? Was it like
Actually, they bought some TV program from US. I think.
they just like licensed it to the US
They put
company?
they
Yeah.
put skateboarding, snowboarding, surfing together with some music.
Mm-hmm.
When I watched it, I was like, "Damn, that's so cool!"
Wow.
Yeah. So after so many years, I asked my friend's help. Actually it's Bingfeng's sister. She's working in CCTV. I asked her help me to find some tapes of 运动旋律 Sports Melody.
Oh, okay. Just so you could watch at home by yourself? Oh my God.
Yeah.
That's so funny. And okay, so you're in Xi'an in college, and then eventually you said you make it to Beijing. What happens after Xi'an? Like after you graduate?
Actually, the first time I saw skateboards was in Beijing because my aunt family in Beijing every winter or summer I went to Beijing.
Sure.
So one time I saw a skateboarding in Chengxiang shopping mall in Beijing.
Really? In a shopping mall?
In the shopping
That's
mall.
funny. They still do that today. They like to put skateboarding in shopping malls.
In the window,
Yeah.
That's the first time. And the second time, I was very young, 12 years old.
Mm.
The year I graduated from 小学, how to say, purple school.
Yeah, primary school, yeah.
My mother took me to Shanghai.
Mm.
Yeah. At that time, the skateboard cost 54 RMB. But
54 RMB?
at that time, 54 RMB is a lot.
Really?
Yeah, it's a lot. That's 1992.
Just for the skateboard itself, or
Complete
54 RMB?
Yeah, that's a China
made in China board.
Local brand. Toy
Okay.
board.
Because I was reading on Wikipedia, trying to do some research. It was saying skateboards used to cost 1,000 RMB. Maybe that was wrong information or something.
No. Different. Southern, that is
imported.
Powell,
Yeah, Powell. Yeah, because Powell was one of the first brands to make it into China, right?
But yeah.
I guess this is all happening, and you don't even really know.
Even though the 54, my parents cannot afford it.
Because
So
it's expensive back then. Yeah. What did your parents do for work?
my mom is a doctor. My father is an engineer. Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. And do they still live in Qingdao or?
Yeah. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right. So moving on to starting Kicker Club, even how did that happen? How old were you when you started that?
When I was in college, 2001. Yes.
2001.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The year before I graduated from college. The reason is because my father is an engineer. My father, when I was young, my father has lots of book about a computer.
Mm.
He also subscribed a lot of computer newspapers and magazines.
Oh, okay.
I read a lot. And when I was in high school, he went to Shenzhen and bought the first computer for me.
Wow.
For me or for himself,
Still, you get to play around with it.
Yeah. So that's 1997.
Mm.
Yeah, I have a computer. So I really into it.
Mm.
I started using
What kind of computer was it? Do you remember?
It's a setup.
Oh, so it's like a kit that you build yourself.
Yeah, DIY computer.
Awesome. Yeah.
Yeah. The first operating system I'm using is DOS. It's not Windows. And then it's Windows,
super primitive.
Yeah. So I'm really into computer and the internet stuff. And so I choose information engineering as my college major.
That makes sense.
Yeah. And then I start to skating.
Mm-hmm.
I like to take photos. I'm thinking about why not put the photos on the internet.
Yeah. And you just made Kicker Club. That was just
in college. I just make a website.
Yeah. So because I was even going on the website recently, and on the about page, it's a very old photo of seems like you and some friends. Do you know the photo I'm talking about?
Oh, that one in Qingdao. Yes.
Yeah. So is there a story behind that? Those were just some friends who skated, or?
That's 2002 or something, early 2000. Yeah.
Yeah, because even that webpage is super old school. It's like it looks like because it starts with comments from like 2005 or something like that.
Yeah.
People asking like, "Oh, I'm like studying abroad in Beijing. Like, does anyone know where I can skate?"
Wow.
And then you comment and you're like, "Yeah, man, go to this park. Like, you'll find some skaters." I thought it was so cool to like. Seemed like you were doing it for the love of just skateboarding, like just trying to share it with other people. Like it didn't seem like you had a business in mind when you were making it. Is that true? Or did you feel like, well, the motivation, correct me if I'm wrong, was just to build something where you could share photos and, build a community maybe?
Yeah, back in the beginning, just for fun, just because I like skateboarding, want to share,
Yeah.
Because I still remember one day when I'm updating the website in the school, a friend, a classmate came to me, said, "Hey, you like skateboarding so much. Why not you just, working for skateboarding after you graduate?" I was like, come on, how come,
how's that even possible?
Yeah, how's it even possible, So after 10 years, the first 10 years, just for fun. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Something I found out through, what's his name? Wandering Mag, Eric.
Mm-hmm.
He reminded me that you worked for Apple. Is that right?
Yeah, that's from 2008.
2011. And where were you based? Because was that tell me about that, because that's I find Apple is one of my favorite companies ever. I always when I was a kid.
Okay,
go for it.
There is a story.
Yeah.
When I was in college, I was a super big Apple fan. Yeah. We at that time the internet is not as fast as today, right? In our college, you only go to the library, you can use the internet.
There's no Wi-Fi. You have to use like
Wi-Fi.
LAN network.
Yeah. Yes. And there is a story with transfer skateboarding I want to share with you first.
Yeah.
Because Tao Zheng, I mentioned before, he showed me the transfer skateboarding magazine. I was falling in love with it. And because I want to read the skateboarding magazine, I start to learning English seriously.
Wow, so that's your motivation.
Yes.
Skateboarding. To be able to understand, because they don't translate that shit.
Before, I think English is too hard. I really cannot learn it well,
Sure.
But after start to reading skateboarding magazine changed me. So skateboarding is kind of like a door for me to open a new world.
Wow, that's super interesting.
Yeah, totally changed my life. And after you learn English, you get more information, right? And back to the transfer skateboarding magazine. After I read the magazine, I saw there is an email address on it. And there is a website. So I go to the library, www.skateboarding.com. That's their website at that time.
Transworld?
Yes.
Transworld had skateboarding.com.
Skateboarding.com.
Whoa.
Yeah. And then I find out their editor, everyone's email address on the website.
Okay.
So I sent an email to the editor-in-chief named Joe. I told them, hey, I'm a skater from China. I really like your magazine, but I cannot buy in China. I don't know where to buy.
Yeah.
And there are lots of skaters like me, like skateboarding in China, something like that.
Yeah.
Basic, boom, send it. And then he sent me back. He said, give me address. Give me your address. Then I totally forget about it. So
you gave him the address though?
Yeah.
Okay.
So after 2 or 3 months, one day after school, my roommate told me, hey, you got an international package.
Whoa.
I was like, no, my parents never told me we have some relationships overseas, and then I find a yellow envelope with some US stamps on it. I open it, 2 copies of Transfer magazine, 2 tapes. We each has tapes.
Whoa.
One is transfer feedback.
Okay.
One is from 0 to hero. Transfer trick tips, skateboarding teaching tapes.
Homie hooked it up.
Dude, and there is a letter wrote by the editor-in-chief.
Do you remember who he was?
Joe.
Joel.
Joel.
Wow.
Joe P something. I forgot his last name.
Did you stay in touch with him or after all these years?
That's another story.
Wow. Okay, let's get to that down the road.
Yeah. And so that day totally changed me,
Wow.
I never thought there is a guy on the other side of the earth, don't know you just because an email send you magazine and the tapes,
Yeah.
I was like, shit. That's
dude, that's a bigger story. Even I think it's a story about how the internet changed the world and how like skateboarding can connect two people.
Also, I think I was super happy because back in the day, I think that's even maybe today, if you send an email to Thrasher to transfer,
no, there's just too many people.
Yeah,
there's just too many people.
Yes,
it's impossible to get to everyone. But I think another thing, like since you're Chinese and the email is coming from China, this guy wants to support someone who doesn't have the ability to get the magazine. I think that might be a motivating reason for him to have gotten back to you and sent you those tapes.
I think maybe that's a part of the reason I started Kicker Club.
Really?
Right?
Because someone did something so nice for you.
Yeah, I wanna share, I wanna promote the culture in China. I got feedback, I got help. I wanna, to help other people,
Wow.
Okay, so the story not finished. So and then I got the package. I think because in China there is a people usually say 来而不往非礼. I don't know how to say in English. Means if you got something from other people, you need to give back.
Oh,
something.
you return the favor.
Okay, so I went to buy some T-shirt with because I was studying in Xi'an.
Yeah.
Buy some T-shirt with a Great Wall and the 兵马俑. You know what is 兵马俑?
兵马俑. I don't.
The 秦始皇. Okay, the Xi'an most famous.
Terracotta Warriors. Yeah. I did know that.
Yeah, I bought some T-shirt with that, and also because I practice Chinese calligraphy when I was a kid.
Okay.
I write translate in Chinese is 环球滑板. The Chinese 环球滑板.
Okay.
Put them together, send it back.
No way.
Yeah. Another story is 1 year later, one winter, I went back Qingdao. You know Yuan Fei, right?
Sure.
Yuan Fei now is a Vans China.
He's the Vans, he's the guy. Yeah, he's the man at Vans.
At that time, Yuan Fei was running his ski shop in Qingdao. I went back to Qingdao. I went to his shop and I wanted skating with him. Yuan Fei said, "Hey, dude, your name is on transfer."
What?
I was, what? And then he showed me a magazine. I still have the copy.
Of course.
Yeah. Because I write the Chinese calligrapher, send it back. So there is a Habitat Team Hong Kong tour story. So they want to add some Chinese elements, cultures, things. You know? So they scanned my Chinese calligraphy. Yeah. Because I have my name, Guan Mu, and the date,
Like you signed it. Yeah. Like
they put those things in their magazine.
Wow, dude. That's so dope. I didn't know you had that kind of relationship with Transworld. That's so funny you're telling me these stories about Transworld. I just found this today. First Love.
Yeah.
That's the first skate video I ever got. My buddy Steve Rybecki back in Long Island. I never really got into skate culture. I was always skateboarding even since the age of 6, but it was always something I did by myself. Like I never looked at magazines. I never watched videos. Like I just liked skating. I would skate and I would, figure it out on my own. Like I'm sure I saw videos of other people doing it every now and then, but not like true skate culture. So my buddy told me, get First Love. Like it's an amazing video. And I bought it and I still have it to this day. And that's a Transworld video. Yeah. So it's just so funny that you're telling me all these stories right now about Transworld and how it's like kind of the start of your skate career. Yeah. Or like you're the start of your passion for it. You're connecting with other people.
Yeah, motivated me a lot. And the story kept going. After that, I lost the connection with Joe, with the editor-in-chief.
Oh, okay.
Years later, I went to US a lot. Every time I try to ask my friends in the skateboarding industry, do you know this guy? I want to
I want to meet him.
Yeah, I want to meet him. And but somebody told me after that he started working for a surfing magazine, and it's it kind of like lost the connection with the skateboarding industry until last year.
Really?
Vans has a House of Vans Guangzhou. So I went to Guangzhou. I met a guy named Eric who is working for Dwindle Distribution.
Dwindle, I know Dwindle.
Dwindle has factory in Shenzhen. So I met with him. I told him the story. He said, dude, I know that guy. And then he showed me his Instagram account.
Really?
Yeah. But looks like he didn't update his Instagram account very frequently, like once or twice a year, something like that. But I saw a photo. He with Barack Obama.
No way.
Yes.
Barack Obama?
Yes.
That's out of left field. What? Okay, so
Yeah. But one day, hope I can meet him in US.
you're still trying to reach him.
Yeah, after like 20 or
After
30
20
years.
Dude, I bet you it will happen. It will happen eventually. His name is Joel or Joe?
Joe.
Joe.
Yeah. He was invited to the White House for something,
What?
Yeah.
So random.
Yeah.
Oh man, but surfing in China. Speaking of that, I saw recently that they did I think it's the Huangzhou River or something like that. Do you know?
Yangtze River
Yangtze.
in Hangzhou.
Yeah. Do you know anything about that?
The contest name is a Silver Dragon.
Silver Dragon,
yeah.
right.
They started years ago, every year. Yeah.
I want to surf that thing so bad, but it's like so illegal. Like you need to have proper permission and all that stuff.
And it's very dangerous if you don't have a team around you to protect you.
Yeah,
think about it. If you fall into
it just takes you. Yeah, that definitely. I'd want to do it with a team, but I was talking to this guy. Somehow I connected with him on WeChat. He lives in Shenzhen and he's big into surfing. And he was saying that like you got to be invited to be able to go surf this thing. Like your sponsor needs to.
Yeah, every year they kind of invite 4 teams. Like one is US team, one is Hawaii team. That's interesting.
You know what? That's because the Hawaiians are so good.
Yeah.
They're too good that you can't like. It would just America would dominate if you did that. The only surfer in America that has ever like been on the leaderboards is Kelly Slater. Because he's from Florida, random enough. And Florida is actually a terrible state to like learn how to surf in. Yeah. His story is super interesting, Kelly Slater. But anyways, the Silver Dragon, Charlie Lansaplan, he has a crazy story about that.
Oh.
He the first time back in like 2008 or 2009, one of his first jobs in the video production world was to go and film that event. And he was in a boat, and then for people who don't know, the Silver Dragon surf contest, it's a tidal bore. So this is a wave going down a river. It happens like once a month when the moon is full. Like if you didn't know this, this doesn't happen like every day. The conditions have to be super perfect for the wave, and it goes like 10 miles or 10 kilometers.
Yes.
It's a fascinating thing. And what's so interesting about it is tidal bores happen all over the world, but this Yangtze River. This is one of the biggest ones in the world.
Yes.
It's massive. When it gets big, it's once a year, there's a time where it gets massive, like 10 foot. Anyways, Charlie's boat flips when he's in it. He's not even wearing a life jacket. He has a camera with him, like some big camera.
Wow.
And he almost died, he told me. Dude, he was like, he got flipped. He had the iPhone 1 at that time. It was gone. They bought him that. And dude, that was pretty scary that even
That's so dangerous. Yeah.
Super dangerous.
Yeah, for the people who listen to this, if you want to see some photo, I just post on my Kicker Club Instagram account.
Yeah. That's why I brought it up. I thought you posted about it.
Yeah.
The Huangpu.
Yeah, every year they have 4 teams: American, Hawaii, Australia, and China. Yes.
During this podcast, I wanted to get into a little bit, not only just your timeline and your history of skateboarding, but China's history of skateboarding. I was, I think Joe Eberling, he claims to have been the man who has brought skateboarding to China. And that's what it says on Wikipedia. It doesn't say his name, but it says an American skateboarder like brought his skateboard to China, and like that's what kind of introduced it. But I wanted to ask you your thoughts on like the history of skateboarding in China.
Okay. I think start from Beijing.
What year?
late 1980.
Late 80s in
Late
Beijing.
80s, yes.
Do you think it's someone bringing over a skateboard or?
The China Sports University has some international students. Yeah, there is a Japanese student.
Okay.
I forgot his name. Yeah. That's what I heard from Tiger Sun.
Okay.
Sun Hu is a China first generation skateboarder. He's from Lanzhou, but studying in China Sports University. He said there is a Japanese international student skating, and there are so many different stories.
Right.
Everyone had their own stories, and there is another guy named I forgot his name. He wrote a book about skateboarding's history named "The Answer Is Never." Yeah, that guy, I met him during Danny V jumped the Great Wall back in 2005.
Yeah.
He showed me a photo, 1970s. There's a white guy skating in Tiananmen Square.
Really?
That's the earliest
recorded
skateboarding photo recorded in China.
Right.
On that photo is black and white. A white guy skating in front of the Tiananmen.
Yeah.
All other Chinese people wear the exactly same clothes. You can imagine, back in the day,
that was before China opened up.
That is the first record I can find.
That's amazing.
Yes.
To just I want to see that photo now. That sounds so dope.
But about Joe, the first time I met him is 2002 or 2003 or 2004.
Bring this just a little closer to now.
He came to my ski park in Beijing named Yizong. But he is the first guy introduced the boss of the founder, the second generation of Vans, Steve Van Doren. Yeah, he brought him to my ski
Joe
park.
brought him.
Yeah.
Wow. See, Joe definitely does have an established place in skateboarding here in China.
At that time, I think he's distributing Burden. He tried to introduce Burden to China. Yeah, yeah,
because I know because I worked with him at Iconics when I first moved here, and the majority of his business was like Osprey and I think even Zero, some Zero boards and other types of wheels and trucks. I can't even remember what brand specifically.
At that time, I still have the photo. Steve Van Doren in my ski park in Beijing, 2003 or 2004. Before he left, he asked me to write down my address. He said he gonna send some shoes to us.
Hell yeah.
We're so happy, but we never get the shoes.
Oh, no.
But years later, Vans is my big sponsor.
Yeah, they're always on the website.
Yeah.
They always got that space. That's awesome.
Vans support Chinese skateboarding so
I didn't know you had They do. Well, let's get into that later. I want to talk about brands and the support they have in China. But you just mentioned that you had a skate park in Beijing, which I actually didn't know before you mentioned that. Yeah. So when did that open up? Tell me about the story.
I started my website 2001 when I was still in the college in Xi'an. I graduated at 2002. I moved to Beijing because at that time, I think Beijing is the center. Because actually, yes, Beijing is a center of skateboarding in China at that time. All the contests, the big contests, all the event was in Beijing. Today is in Shanghai, but at that time, Beijing is the center. Also, because of my major is information engineering, the IT center is Beijing for sure. So I decided to move to Beijing. Also, I have my cousin there, my aunt's family there, I have some family there.
Makes sense.
I moved to Beijing. My cousin helped me find my first job in a software company as a programmer.
Okay.
Yeah. I worked there for 1 year and then I quit. I hate that job. Yeah, that job is boring. Yeah. But one day, Tiger Sun came to me. Tiger Sun is a first generation skater in China. He started the first ski shop in China named Xiangyun Huabendian. He started the first ski park in China. But Xiangyun. That's way
in the future.
Early before Society.
Okay.
So 祥云滑板店. He started the second skate park in China is Ditan, you know. And then he came to me. He said, "I want to start a new skate park in Beijing. Do you want to join me?" Yes. Of course, then I quit the programmer job and start working with him in Fangzhuang. We built a Yizong skate park. Yizong skate park at that time is
Sorry, say one. Yizong.
Yizong, Ezone.
Yizong.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yizong skate park. But as you know, skate park is very hard to earn money.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Like skate parks are the hardest way to earn money. Like you got to be a Woodward or you got to make it free. Like there's not much in between.
The way we earn money is we organize contest. So we got sponsor from James West. Do you know this, Brian?
No.
James West.
James West.
James West. Jeans West. James West.
James
Zhen
West.
Weisi.
No. 不知道.
Okay. Zhen Weisi is a China local like clothes brand.
Okay.
It's very popular back in the day. Now it's nothing, but at that time it's so popular.
Interesting.
We start a contest named the National Master.
National Monster.
National Master.
A master.
Yes. Like X Games back in the day, you know. The contest have to have skateboarding, roller skate, and BMX. Put them three together, right?
That's the way it used to have to be?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So we start doing the National Master contest, broadcasting on CCTV Sports Channel, Beijing TV Sports Channel. You know, so,
wow, that's pretty impressive.
James West.
You have a sponsor at this
pay
time?
for the money.
Okay.
Yeah, that is the most high-end action sports contest at that day. From 2003 to 2006.
Did you have any inspiration from X Games at that point? Because X Games was going on, or was this like kind of totally on your own?
Yeah, actually, it's the same concept as X Games, I think, right? BMX, roller skate, and skateboarding together, you know.
Yeah.
And so 2004, Quicksilver want to come to China market.
Interesting.
Because they have to work with to find a China local brand to start a joint venture company. So they choose James West.
Okay. Was James West, is this like a youth culture brand?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm just surprised I don't know about it.
Yeah.
I'm going to look it up.
So James West is a Quicksilver's joint venture company in China.
Okay.
And then 2004, the second National Master Contest, we brought Quicksilver US team come to Beijing.
Wow.
Artusari, Stefan Janowski, Boston Salabanzi.
No way. These are big names.
I went to airport to pick those guys. Those guys I've watched ski video for
ever.
Forever, you know, like and had dinner with them. It's like a dream as a young skater, you know.
Dude, that's so funny. I did that with Andy McDonald. I picked him up from the airport. We got dinner with him because he did something for Iconics back in the day when I was working. Dude, China opens up doors that you just don't have the opportunity to do in America. I think China is a super special place to have been able to be here and worked with skateboarding, and I don't know, I'm super happy. So you're doing these contests and you are able to invite Artusari and all those guys. Keep going with the story.
So we're running the contest. We got a sponsor and running the skate park. Actually, that's not the first time U.S. pro skater come to China. The first time is 1994.
Right. Powell must have
brought Steve Caballero came to China.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
What was he even skating? Like the streets? I couldn't even imagine they didn't have any parks back then.
The
right?
community is so small back in the day. Yeah. So I have a friend named Jeremy Silver from Chicago. I met him in Xi'an when I was studying in Xi'an.
Okay.
The way I met him is we did a demo in Xi'an. So there is a foreigner saw us, came to us, and then we know each other. But after the demo, we lost the contact because no cell phone, like no internet.
Yeah, no WeChat, no nothing.
No WeChat, no anything. One day, I walk on the street with my friend, hold the skateboard. There is a taxi stopped.
Okay.
And a foreign guy jumped out, said, "Hey, finally, I find you." That's Jeremy Silver.
Oh my God.
He's a Christian. He told me he's a pray every night, like, let me find some skaters in Xi'an. He's gonna drive him crazy because he came to China, cannot speak Chinese, no friends here. Like,
oh my goodness.
Yeah. And then the second time he saw us on the street, just stop the taxi, jump out, and find us.
Dude.
Yeah.
So what are the chances? So dope. Man, so how long did this skate park last in Beijing?
Until 2005.
So it was semi short lived. Was it like you guys?
Yeah, we host the parties, premiere, like event contest every month, And I'm making a video named the Ezone Diary once a month.
Okay.
To record the skate life in the skate park.
Yeah.
Be downloaded so many times,
Tell me about the park. Was it like mostly transition or a lot of street features or?
Street. A half is street. Another half is a half pipe with and a mini ramp.
Because that's something I always think about. Like America is for sure the focus of skate evolution. Like it's where skateboarding was born pretty much. And it went through these phases. Like the 80s had some vert and the 90s like got super into street. And then in the 2000s, like still pretty street, but then there's like some revelations with the mega ramp and vert. And I'm wondering if China really went through that kind of evolution. So they just kind of took what they saw, I imagine. But I'm curious what you think about that.
I think China's skateboarding history is all on the street because we don't have that many parks.
Of course.
Until recent. Right?
After not even. Like
after the Olympic, every city started to building skate parks. But most of the city don't have skate park, right? Yeah, so not like American. I went to New York. I searched skate park there a lot. But then I go to New York like
out of the city,
the public park website to search how many skate parks you have.
Yeah.
Like in New York has more than 30 public skate park, not private, only public skate park, more than 30.
I know, man.
Dude.
It's a dream. That's where I'm from.
How many in Shanghai? 3, 4?
And they shouldn't even be called skate parks.
Yes.
I mean, SMP for sure is a crazy place. But man, that thing is just too big for like. That's something I wanted to ask you. To my understanding, the way that SMP happened was, I know like some Australian construction company was hired to do
Convic, that is a cool company.
Yeah.
They built
I mean, they did an amazing job, but it's just too big. Like it's
almost all the park in Hong Kong be built by them.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What do you think about that park? Do you think do you know the story more than I do? Is there more to this? Is there an interesting story about why SMP was built? Because I know it was the biggest skate park at the time when it was built. Was that a big deal in the skate community, or did it just kind of happen?
It's not a big deal in skate community because not many people can skate it, right? But it's a big deal for local government because China showed their muscle. We are the biggest one in the world.
Yeah. Do you think that happens? I unfortunately think that happens more often than not. Like they could have took that budget to build this biggest skate park in the world and built 4 of smaller versions across the city. But yeah, they like to just flex their muscles.
Yeah, I think Chinese skateboarders, not Chinese skateboarders, for most of the Chinese people need to learn how to stand up to fight for your right?
Because for me,
because there is a story about the New York park.
Tompkins Square.
Tompkins Square.
Yeah,
they won.
They won. They won.
You can explain the story.
Okay, so I'll try and do my best. I'm from New York City. I was born and raised in Manhattan and then moved to Long Island when I was like 6 years old. But I learned to skate in New York City. Tompkins Square Park is in the Lower East Side of Manhattan. And way back in the day, it was like a druggy zone.
Actually, it's not a skate park.
It's not a skate park. It's not a skate park. This is just, it's like a baseball field. It's a concrete baseball field. Like people play kickball or softball, and it's concrete. And it just has had super good flat ground to skate street.
But now it's ghetto flat ground.
It's gotten pretty beat up. Anyways, it still has so much history. Like you'll find the Supreme dudes there all the time. You'll like my buddy skated with Alex Olsen there randomly. It has a ton of history. And they were apparently gonna the New York City government was gonna redo the surface to turn it into AstroTurf. A very soft material, like you cannot skate on.
Yes.
And
they thought that is an upgrade, right?
Yeah, they thought, well, it would be an upgrade for everyone but the skateboarders.
Yes.
For everyone but the skateboarders. So I know this guy, Zhu, ZHU, Adam Zhu, I think is his name on Instagram. And that's the first I saw of it, like, yo, save Tompkins Square Park. And these dudes started a change.org. You can start a petition, and basically in America you can fight for your right in a sense. And they did. They saved the park. They're not going to do it. It's going to stay skateboarding.
In my view, as a Chinese, you have the terminal, you know where to go. You have a website.
Yeah.
You can ask your friends. You can. I heard the story from Quartersnack, the New York skateboarding website.
Right.
Yeah, they post the news on their website. They post on the Instagram, on Twitter, every social media they have, and then to ask the skaters go to their website to vote, to join the campaign.
Right.
You have the terminal. You know where to go, but in China we don't know who should we talk with.
Well, that was, you know what? When I first moved here. And I was asking everyone from Johnny Tang to I think you at points like, why is there not a skate park? Like, who do we talk to? In America, if I want a skate park, I'd go to my local government, and you can go to the like Parks and Recreation Department, where those are the people that build the baseball fields, the basketball courts. They build the playgrounds. You can talk to them. And if you have enough demand from your community, you'll be able to build what you want. Yeah. It's kind of like the people's voice speaks an opinion, speaks loud enough, you'll get kind of what they want, because that makes sense to me. In China, that I haven't found that there's even an avenue like that. It's kind of like there's Binjiang Skate Park that exists, but it's not even it's like it was built like, okay, you have what you want, there you go, you got it, you don't need anything else.
And before that, nobody know that.
No one even knew.
Nobody knows the government is going to build a park there, right?
Right.
Yeah.
So there's no outreach to the skateboard community like what we have in America. So this is something that I doubt you have the answers to, because if you did, you would have helped create something. But how do you think is it possible to get in touch with someone because the way I look at it, the Olympics, skateboarding is coming up in the Olympics for the first time. And that's going to be a good thing because like traditionally the Chinese are super competitive in the Olympics. They want to be the best. So they're going to start investing in skateboarding in some way or another. Like, do you have any thoughts on how we could possibly get to the right person to build the correct public parks?
The Olympic for China is good and bad. The good is yes. Now the public takes seriously skateboarding better than before. And for ski shops, distributors, you can see the sales grow very fast, right? For the ski schools also the same, right? But the bad thing is the focus for China government is medal. It's not about how many people really like the culture and join the sports, So the result is, for example, Beijing Woodward. It's not named Woodward anymore, but the huge indoor ski park is not open for public anymore.
Really?
Before it's open for public, now it's only for training. Another story in Nanjing, government invested millions RMB to build two big, huge, fancy park. One is indoor, one is outdoor. Host the international contest, but none of them open to public. Also in Beijing, Beijing Sports University, they bought a big part from FISE, FISE, FISE. FISE, the Europe company.
Yeah.
So I met a skater from that university. I asked, hey, how about that park? Did you skate it? He said, oh, it's not open for us. Only for training because they only care about the medal, So yes, they do invest a lot of the money, but it's no matter with you. It's only for training, So that's good and bad.
It's good and bad. Okay. Personally, I'm in a good mood right now, so I want to learn about like the reasons why this is. Like they're going straight into more of like the culture behind China. I'm not Chinese. I'll never really understand why they care about the medals and not about the community wanting to learn and grow. So I'm wondering if you can speak a little bit about, this is more deeper about like Chinese culture, like why you think that their thought process is like for them wanting to just get the medals rather than, developing like the skate parks. And I can share my reason, my thoughts if you don't know, but
I'm not sure if I share my thoughts. Is it gonna get trouble?
No, I don't think this is going out to my.
I think that's because the system is so different. In China, you don't need to care about the vote, so you only take responsible for your leader. So the medal is so important. You need to show your leader you have the ability to get the medal.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. They're just interested in kind of like there's a hierarchy system maybe, and they have a boss who has a boss who has a boss.
You need to show your ability to your boss, not your people, right?
Yeah. Yeah. I'm not.
But it helps the sales. Skateboarding sales more than before, and the business looks getting better and better.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, there's even more skate park. Are you familiar with this new skate park that's opening up?
There's another new private.
This is a privately owned skate park.
It's a private.
Yeah, it looks awesome. I got to skate it the other day.
It's awesome.
Just only the mini ramp section. The rest was still under construction. But I'm super excited that at least something is finally opening up that is of decent quality. The rest of the stuff that's been built has been rather terrible.
You used to work for IconX. You know that because also for the new skate park, they focus on the beginner, especially for kids training business, because that part is easy to earn money.
Yeah,
it's nothing about the culture, right? Because that part is very sensitive in China. Because as you know, the rap in China is so popular, and then they got trouble because skateboarding is another thing. Skateboarding also, they need the sports part, but they don't like
they don't want the culture behind it. The culture tends to be untamed, and
the culture is independent.
somewhat like rebel mentality.
Yeah,
which. I can understand. It's not something you necessarily want to have. Just completely two different cultures. Like it was born in America, and same with rap. Born in America, and then it's brought to China. They want to take only the aspects that they want.
Yeah,
the money.
Yeah,
the money is the part that because they're trendy.
And are looking, the trendy.
The trendy,
yeah. Right, you're right.
The skateboarding, it sells in a sense. Like it's going to be the Olympics. It's kind of like this big thing. Rap is this big thing right now, and they make Rap of China, a TV show. They make this is something else I wanted to talk to you. The skateboarding reality TV show. Johnny Tang and so many other dudes were in it.
Yeah, named 极限青春 Sports.
Did you watch any of it?
I watched all of them.
Oh, really? I've only seen the teaser. I haven't gotten around to actually watching it yet.
I also interviewed the director and the producer for my
so
podcast.
tell me and my audience about the show. What is the name again, and what is the show premise?
The name is 极限青春, but they have a very good English name, One More Try.
I did know that. One More Try.
One More Try is a part of skateboarding culture.
Yeah, I actually think it's a decent name.
It's a good name. Yes. And it's a variety show. Almost all the top 50 skaters in China attend the show.
So what was it, like a reality TV show?
A reality TV show, yes. It's pretty funny. It's very entertainment, but not a core ski culture show, but it's just another entertainment show. Yeah,
right. Because I glanced through an article that Jenkum did, and I think they interviewed Johnny Tang, and I've talked to Tang about this a little bit. He says he knows it's cheesy. He knows it's like a little kind of not to core skating, which is what he would want to do. But it is the first step to opening up skateboarding to the rest of China and kind of like giving skateboarding a bigger platform. Would you agree with that?
Sorry, excuse me?
I was asking, like, do you think that it's a good or bad thing for skateboarding? I think I agree with Johnny that it's like a good thing that it's not like core to skateboarding, but it is, giving skateboarding a platform, which it never had before.
I think ideally it's not the best solution, but that's the best one you can get.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because they're the ones with the money, like Vita Coco or like Vita Tea or something.
For me,
they put up tons of money.
I think the best solution is to change the people. If you like the culture, you become one of us, and then the community growing, right? Okay. That's the best of the best. But it's really hard.
Yeah, that's unrealistic. Like because it's almost like a life. Skateboarding to me is a lifestyle, and that's why a lot of skaters, I think, resist it going into the Olympics. Is because, like, how can you put a lifestyle in the Olympics? They're putting just the sport aspect of it. And hey, don't get me wrong. I think if I had to choose whether it's in or not the Olympics, I think I'd put it in the Olympics. I think it's going to do good things for building skate parks around the world. It's just going to put more money into the machine. I don't know exactly where I was going, but overall, I think it's a good thing that they're doing these types of TV shows and they're putting this money behind it, because for me, all I want is more kids to have the opportunity to be able to skate.
Yeah. And it works.
Yeah.
I have to say it works. There is a celebrity named Wang Yibo in the show. He is so popular today. And he looks really like skateboarding. After the show, he practiced a lot. He can ollie like 40 centimeters now.
Wow.
And he can do some basic trick like shove it. And
so he wasn't a skateboarder going into the show. Starting the show, he was not a skater.
He's not a
right. That's what I haven't seen the show. I can't believe I haven't seen it yet. But
and
part of it is they had like break dancers or other aspects.
Every time he posts some photo, he hold a skateboard or skating on his Weibo, because he has millions, maybe more follower on Weibo. That board sells.
Which board?
Boom. It's real and Element Ninja signature model, and it's different. Every time he has a photo, what kind of board he's using, that board sells.
That's amazing.
Yeah, boom. And I went to Icon X. Icon X worked with Vans on a skate school this year.
Really?
I went to their park yesterday afternoon. So there are 3 girls come to learning skateboarding. Two of them said they come to learn because they watch the show. Because Wang Yibo skating, now they wanna, because they are fan of him, and then now they want to learn skating.
Yeah, I gotta say, I respect that. I mean,
Like China Justin Bieber, right?
the Chinese Justin Bieber. Well, I mean, even I was looking at photos and someone, I think it was Wang Di, was using Winston's turd grip. Dude, that must feel good. You get your turd grip up on the big screen. That must have been cool. Did you push for everyone to have any Kicker Club stickers?
Yeah, I write some post about the show.
Yeah, that's awesome, man.
Yeah.
Speaking of brands, that's something we mentioned this earlier. Let's get into this now. Who do you think we did mention already. Vans is hands down the strongest, most consistent contributor to skateboard culture in
Since
China.
2008 until now, more than 10 years.
Yeah.
Nonstop. Don't like other brand. They stopped, but Vans nonstop.
Machine keeps going. They have their program, House of Vans. They have a team. They tour. And House of Vans is a great program. It's happening right now over China, September to October.
Contest that they have Ski Friday, work with a local ski shop in different city.
Yeah.
They have they have a retail tour. They have a lot of different programs. They sponsor the core media. They are the major player in the game.
So what do you have a opinion or any stories about, because I know like Nike is a little bit before my time. I moved here in 2015 and I know they were doing stuff like, for example, they had an event at Binjiang where they had those yellow rims.
If we want to talk about
I want to talk about brands and skateboarding
we
in China.
need to start from Apple.
Yeah. Definitely got to talk about that.
All right.
Let's start.
My story started from Qingdao and then started in Xi'an. After graduate, moved to Beijing and started the Yizhong Skate Park, organizing national master contest. But 2005, the people came from Shenzhen came to me, talked with me, said, "Oh, we want to start our own skate brand." Those people are OEM manufacturer. They manufacturing element skateboards, Pop World. Do you remember Pop World?
I do.
And so many and girls and so many US top brands.
Yeah.
For years they earn money. And then they think we should have our own brand. They came to Beijing, my skate park, because it's very famous at that time, and my website. They said, come to Shenzhen, work with us. We can build our own brand. And I stopped the Beijing business and went to Shenzhen.
Oh, so that's why you stopped it. Okay.
I went to Shenzhen.
It was a decision.
I went to Shenzhen, started named Switch Distribution. And we built a skate park in Shenzhen, Nanshan district. I named it the Switch Plaza. The reason is because at that time, DC has a DC Plaza in US. That's a new concept for skate park. Looks not like a skate
it looks
park.
like a place where you chill.
Like a park, yes.
Yeah, plazas.
Yeah, plaza. And I search on internet. I find a skate park design company named Suburban Reels.
Okay.
I really like their design. I sent an email to their owner named James. I told him, do you want to grow a business in China? Because it's a growing market, right?
Yep.
But we need a sample. If you can help us to design the park, maybe we can be your agency, like in Asia, right? To find some opportunities. And James is very nice. Designed the park for us for free. I fly him to China, and we built a Switch Plaza. That is the second concrete skate park with a bowl. The first one is SMP. Yeah, I built a bowl in 2006 because I really want to try skating the bowl.
You built it for yourself.
Yeah, but at that time, bowl is a new thing for China.
Right, I bet.
Yeah, nobody is skating the bowl before, So that is a story. Yeah, because we have the factory background. We manufacturing. On one hand, we still doing the exporting business. I also in charge of a part of them. And on the other hand is start our Switch Safari ski boards. The brand is Safari. Switch wheels, Pirate hardwares, and all the things. But that business ran for 3 years.
Okay.
Yeah, 2005, 2006 until 2008. I think that's because it's a little bit earlier, not like today. If we start that business today, it's gonna sell a lot, but at that time it's still a little bit earlier.
Still growing, yeah.
And the partner, the factory people think it's growing too slow, and then in 2008, I read the news said Apple gonna come to China to open their first Apple store.
Okay.
Yeah, when I was in college, I was a super Apple fan. I went to internet cafe, download every single photo and the video from apple.com. I still have them.
Wow.
In my hard drive. Yeah. And I told my roommate in college, I said, if I can work for Apple, even I pay them $500 per month, I can do that, So in 2008, I read the news, they're going to come to China to open the Apple store.
Okay.
I just sent my resume to them. And then I forget it again, just like back in the day, I forget the email
like
I sent to Transworld. 2008, I moved back to Beijing. One day I got a phone call. It's from Apple HR asking me to interview. But I requested for manager position. But she told me the manager position is full. We just looking for specialist, which is the sales guy on the floor. Because I am an Apple fan. If I pay Apple, I want to work for them. Why not, right?
Yeah,
I said, yes,
just do it.
Of course, I just do it. So I'm lucky as the first, how to say, employee.
So what store is this? In what city?
Sanlitun, Beijing Sanlitun.
Oh, Sanlitun.
That is the first Apple store
in China.
Yeah, in China.
Impressive. So
also that days Apple is so popular. If you want to buy an iPhone, it's so hard. The line is so long.
What year was this again? Sorry if you told
2008 to 2011.
So the iPhone was the iPhone 1 available? It must have been available.
2003G. It's iPhone 3G.
Was the first one available in China, or
iPhone 3GS, the first iPhone in China, no Wi-Fi. Can you imagine that?
What? The first iPhone didn't have Wi-Fi?
Because some policies, you cannot have
for
Wi-Fi.
China.
Yes.
Wow.
Only
dude,
3G.
That's great. You know what? Yeah, my first Apple. I'll break down my Apple history because it's one of my favorite brands of all time. I would say it is my favorite brand of all time. And so I got my first iPod. It was iPod Mini, the green one. So I got that, loved it. Eventually, the iPhone rolls around and I'm watching the keynotes at this time. And I see the iPhone come out and I'm like just begging my parents, please, like whatever I have to do, I'll do it. I do extra chores, whatever. And you know what's crazy? Like the whole family was on Verizon, which is a network. But when the first iPhone came out, it was only on AT&T. I somehow convinced my parents, like, get me a plan on AT&T, and I did all this, whatever. I don't even know. But dude, I loved that phone.
My first iPhone story is I watched the keynote. It's magic, right?
Yeah.
When you enlarge the photo like with your two fingers.
Your 2 fingers. Oh my God.
When you screw the CD cover, like
the music, the cover flow.
iTunes,
cover flow was what it was called.
Dude.
When Steve Jobs did that on stage, dude, it was legendary. Yeah. It was just like there's something so special about that guy.
At that time, I still working in Shenzhen for the skateboarding company, doing exporting business. The big boss was in US, Chinese guy in US. So I asked him, please help me to buy an iPhone for me. And the day he came back China and they gave me the iPhone was my birthday.
Oh.
And then he was like, okay, just give it for free
wow.
as a gift.
What a coincidence, man. You lucked out.
Yeah. And then, I started work for Apple. And
to remind people, you're a floor specialist, like
for floor
kind of
specialist,
like not
sales.
Genius Bar, like you're sales, whatever.
Just sales.
Okay.
Just sales. Yes. And in the beginning, it's a little bit awkward because, afraid to meet some people because you're standing in the floor and sell. Even for Apple, it still feels...
Maybe. Is this your first job, like as a salesman, I guess you'd say? Like,
yeah. But and then I was promoted as a business specialist because every Apple store has a business team in charge of the business customers, like a TV station, like
selling wholesale in a sense.
Wholesale, and to give the customer the solutions, some business discount.
Okay, I get it. Yeah,
get a phone call, making quotations, and then 1 year, 2 years later, I promote as a manager, store manager, and then as a business manager. Business manager is a senior manager. They sent me to U.S. Cupertino training for 1 week.
Wow.
Yeah, and they sent me to Cupertino very frequently.
Really?
The longest time is 5 weeks.
Wow.
For testing or something.
That's awesome.
So in the end, I promote as a business manager. At that time in China, only 4 Apple stores. Every Apple store has 1 business manager. I am the first Chinese business manager.
1 of 4, man.
Yeah, three of others is Japanese, American, and yeah.
That's interesting. So like you fall into this after all this skateboarding stuff is happening, like it's growing. How did you feel about that? Like you're kind of like not ditching your skate culture, but like you're graduating in a sense to something different. Was that hard or was that just like natural for you?
Oh, what do you mean?
Like you stopped, you're focusing so much time on Apple, no? Or are you still doing skateboard stuff like Kicker Club or?
Yeah, I work for Apple, but every day after work, back home, working on Kicker Club.
Wow, so you don't stop.
Until 12 or 1 o'clock.
Okay.
Every noon, lunchtime, I went to a restaurant with my laptop working on Kicker Club.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
so you still have the drive and the passion to keep Kicker Club alive.
Yes. And but after I worked for Apple, I feel Apple is not the company as I imagined before.
You didn't, working on the inside was not the same as on the outside.
Yeah. And 2011, now we talk about the brand. Since 2008, Vans came to China. And then Converse joined the game to build their ski teams, and Nike SB and Skull Candy and all the brands suddenly focus on skateboarding. Especially Nike SB spent tons of money. City Jam contest. They pay the highest salary for skaters, Yeah, so the skateboarding in China looks like have a big bubble at that time. So 2011, actually, the incoming from Kicker Club is compared with Apple is the same. So I think I need to make a decision. If I need to choose one, because if I keep working on those two things,
they're both gonna suffer a little bit.
And make me so tired, right?
Yeah.
And then I decided I want to go back to skateboarding. I talked with John, my big boss. He's an Apple China retail big boss. He's from Salt Lake City. He used to be American football quarterback.
Wow.
Yeah. I talked with him. He said, maybe I can give you 1 year gap year.
No way.
Yeah. If you think, you want to come back, you let me know. I was thank you, but I think I decided.
You just, wow.
Yeah.
Just take it.
Yeah. And then I quit the Apple job and registered the company for Kicker Club. That's 2011. I started from 2001, right? That's right, 10 years after.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's amazing. And then
at that time, it's a big bubble for skateboarding in China. Nike, Adidas, Vans, Converse.
Yeah, I've heard the stories. Like my roommate J-Mart, when he was my roommate, he would tell me these brands throwing all these events all the time. Like even like DC one time for Go Skateboarding Day did like a boat party or something.
Yeah.
Like they had like crazy amounts of pizza and just put everyone on a boat and just had a good time. It's just like the money was flowing back then. Do you think I had a realization as you were telling that story, like maybe the Olympics had something to do with it? Like the Olympics, even though there's no skateboarding in 2008 with Beijing, but I think the Olympics probably put China on the map a little bit, like kind of like grew the economy. I don't know. What do you think?
I don't know.
What was the reason why all these brands came in all of a sudden?
I don't know. I don't know. Vans came to China 2008 and focused on skateboarding. I know because skateboarding is a very important part for Vans culture, right? And then Converse, I still remember. Yeah, Eric used to work for Converse, right? I still remember.
Yep.
I got a phone call from Eric. He told me, "Hey, my boss Ryan, Ian." He told me, "Hey, Ian wanna like buy a banner on Kick Club something." And then Nike's agency came to me, said, "Oh, City Jam is gonna start. We wanna buy the banner or give me a promoting plan, something." Adidas. At that time, Adidas has their own contest, the 3 Street Hype, Skate Hype, something. Yeah, in Shanghai.
Okay.
I am the judge, Game of Skate judge. I was the judge,
All this is happening at the same time.
Everything happened at the same time.
Wow.
But suddenly, I forgot which year, 2 or 3 years later, shut down. Yeah, Adidas stopped their skating, and Nike stopped. Converse stopped. Everyone quit. Only Vans.
Yeah, and I think it's because those other brands just were trying to like throw money at the wall, and Vans had a true program.
Yes,
that they can do like a full year and just repeat.
Yes,
keep going and repeat.
Yes. The money Nike SB spend, they cannot earn through the product sale.
You're not going to make that money back through sales. And I think a lot of brands get it mixed up. Like they think China is this massive market, and like you throw money at the wall, like maybe it will come back. But apparently that's not true. like I've seen it happen, and Vans tends to be doing it right somehow.
And there is a funny thing, So 1 year Nike SB City Jam's final, they said they're gonna send the final winner to US Tampa of skate. Tampa AM. But in the end, Adi from Taiwan won the game. But Adi be sponsored by Adidas. So Adi even posted the US dollar. He changed it from the bank. He's prepared to go to the Tampa AM. But in the end, Nike said, "Sorry, no, we don't want to send a Adidas skater to US."
Of course they don't want to. But like, that's just the way it is.
That's so sad.
Yeah, that is sad. Yeah, man. The brands, they tend to come and go. Right now, Vans still holds true. And I've always wondered, why doesn't like a brand like Vans invest in a skate park that could be permanent?
They want. Since 2 years ago, the first time Vans put Vans Park Series final in Shanghai, they trying to looking for a place where they can build a park. Because every year, like this year, Vans built a park for Paris and built a park for Salt Lake City.
Stay?
To
permanent.
Yeah. And they always want to build a park for China for free. Vans pay for that. California ski park workers flying to China, the world class, the best of the best, the concrete ski park. But it's hard to find a place. It's so expensive in Shanghai and big cities everywhere.
Definitely. And this is something I'd actually like to take the opportunity to explain to some people, because I used to get extremely frustrated that they would build these amazing parks and just tear them down. But I met the dudes who built, for example, the last VPS park. And after talking to them, they explained to me that when they build the parks, they actually are building a very less than version of a professional park. The concrete is a lot thinner. If they were to leave that park there, the last one that they built,
And the structure is by wood.
and the structure is by wood, there's a thin layer of concrete on it. So if you just left it there, after a month, maybe 2 months, it would be destroyed. Like the weather would destroy it. So that made me feel just a little bit better about like, they're not like building a park that could just last forever and then just tearing it down. They're spending like half the amount of money it would cost. And then at the end of the day, I still wish they could double the money. It would be double the cost. Instead of 1 million USD, it'd be 2 million USD to build this park that could last forever. But yeah, there's no space. Like space is so expensive in Shanghai.
No one can afford for a space in the city like Shanghai.
Yeah. But I wonder if it seems like the Binjiang skate park, it's not a liability issue. In America, it tends to be the biggest issues are liability. Like if someone gets hurt, who's responsible? Is the government responsible? Yeah. But in China, I don't know. Do you know if that's an issue at all? Like,
But in US, the public park is free, open, everyone can go skate. Nobody gonna sue the government for build the park.
Exactly.
Right?
I don't know exactly.
Yeah.
You have to like have proper signage, or it has to be like run through the proper channels. In China, or Shanghai rather, we have Binjiang Skate Park, which is the only very public skate park in air quotes. Like it's basically just some banks that kids like to play on. But yeah, no one seems to be able to like complain about that or sue the government. I don't know if suing is even really a thing out here. It seems like it's not so much. Yeah. Interesting. But yeah, are you excited about the Olympics coming up?
Not at all.
Not at all?
No.
What are you talking? Come on, you got to be a little excited. Like
No.
not even for business.
I hate Olympics.
Really? Oh,
I don't like Olympics.
I can.
Before the skateboarding is a now officially an Olympic sports game announced. I posted 3 articles about my opinion for skateboarding and Olympics. I don't like it. Yeah.
You want to talk more about like why you don't like it?
China is different with US. I talked with so many US skaters. They was just like Olympic is Olympic. I'm skating by my way as before. Nothing changed, right? But China is another story. It will be changed.
Yeah, that's how I wanted to bring up.
Because, for example, basketball, NBA is so, like, how to say, well developed as a business model.
Sure.
Business
it's already
as a
established.
business. Yeah. But Olympics is Olympic. NBA is NBA. You still can do your own thing. You have your career. You have your rules. You have your game, right? But in China, it's another story. It's gonna be changed forever by government.
Right. So you're saying like that the government will maybe change the values, the way it's perceived by the people. Like
they're gonna create China's skateboarding culture.
Right. They'll create their own culture. Not the culture like evolved from a natural standpoint.
Not the culture I love and make me to dive in the skateboarding. For example, there is a girl named Zheng Wenhui. Zheng Wenhui is the girl betrayed by China national team as an athlete. She who is performed really good at the last couple of contests, international contests.
Okay.
And in the latest contest, he got how many? Top 10 or something. She landed a huge lip slide handrail, like 12 stairs, 20 stairs, something.
Wow.
She's good. She just skating for a little bit more than 1 year, but much better than all the girl skaters in China already. So now some skaters start to talking about like, see, the training skaters is so much better than you, you know. But in my opinion, dude, street skaters skating on the streets, sponsored by their mom, right? Everything but themselves. But that girl training every day skating at the park be built by California skate park.
So she's more of a robot.
Like
less
you know,
style.
has $1 million parks training every day, and the government pay her go to California skate park in California training for months.
Yep.
Skating in US for months.
Yep.
And then she skate like this. Of course, you better to do that, right? The resource you got is like 100 times than the street skaters.
Yeah, it's just different, man. I think I wish everyone could have those resources to skate as good as that girl, but yeah, it's just a different outlook. Like the street skaters are always going to be street skaters, and then these people that have these resources, like okay, apparently maybe you can confirm this. The Chinese government, they went to like a circus, and they attracted people who were in the circus and tried to train them to be skateboarders. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yes, of course. In China, that needs a 跨界选材.
All right. So can you tell my audience the story of
after skateboarding is a Olympic theory scheme? The government is looking for some kids to training because they know the street skaters is hard to control and they cannot, like other athletes. So they start looking for kids from like 杂技团, how to say? 杂技团.
Circus, maybe. Probably.
Yeah, some
gymnastics, I think maybe.
Even boxing team, all kind of other sports looking for like 10 years, 12 years old kids, like training for skateboards. Yeah.
So then they get them and they start to train them because I heard the story.
Those kids living together, wake up in the morning, skating, eat lunch together, skating in the afternoon together, go to sleep together. Skating is the only thing
to me it's so funny because it's like the exact opposite of the way skate culture is traditionally. It's the exact opposite. It's like these kids are trained to do things a certain way, and the way professional skateboarders were created in America, they were created in a sense like it just happened. Like they grew up with a skateboard around them. They had no one coaching them. They figured it out themselves. And that's where I see your frustration, and I can agree with you that like true skateboarding is born from your own self-desire and your self-motivation to make it happen. Like I didn't have anyone teach me how to do a kickflip. Yeah.
I still remember years ago, one day in the taxi with Danny Zhang. But then Danny is working for China national team right now.
Yeah, Danny Zhang.
But back in the day, Danny, a little bit background about Danny. Danny was a Shanghai skater, but grew up in South California. Yeah, he used to work for DC China as team manager. But years ago, I asked him in a taxi, why do you like skateboarding? His answer is so simple, because skateboarding is cool. That's the answer. That's the answer. For me, the same. The first time I saw skateboarding on TV, dude, that is so cool. I love it. Right? I watched the skate videos. It's so cool. Everything about the cool, But it's not about the Olympic, not about the medal, not about the training,
Dude, I mean, like the first time I saw skateboarding, I really can't remember for sure, but I know I was in New York somewhere, and I imagine I just saw a group of people skating, like young kids, and probably, if it's correct in my brain, like some kid just ollied up a curb. Like instead of picking his board up, he like ollied up. I'm like, that is so sick. Like the freedom that you have to just go where you want. Like I was reading the quotes from the back of the First Love Transworld video, and yeah, they more or less, all of them have a theme of just freedom. Like I can go skate wherever, whenever I want. And I can totally understand how that conflicts with it being in the Olympics, because it turns it into something that is not true to what it is, which is freedom. And the Olympics is pure judging and control and profit. So I'm still conflicted because like the pros are it will put more money into skateboarding and allow maybe more people to skateboard.
Mm-hmm.
But that can mean that it takes away what I found out about skateboarding, because the way that they're finding out about skateboarding is through like money in a sense and trying to sell them something. And that's not the way I found out about it. I found out about it just by happenstance. Like I just saw it on the street. I fell in love, and it's literally been in there, a part of my life since I can remember. So I don't think there's a right answer to whether the Olympics is a good thing or a bad thing. It really depends on the point of view that you look at it.
Mm-hmm. So a lot of people, because I have 2 kids now, a lot of people ask me, do you want your kid skating? Like, do you teaching him skating? Something like that. My answer is, when they grow up as a teenager, maybe skateboarding for them is like a roller skate for me. It's not a cool thing. It's like, dude, you still skating? Come on. Like, I want to do something really cool, you know?
Right.
So that's fine. That's their choice. Yeah.
Dude, and for me, actually, that's how I know I truly love skateboarding, is because I lived through phases where skateboarding wasn't cool. Like, I brought my board to school sometimes in high school, and people would make fun of me, like, "Oh, you fucking skateboard, you loser." Like, I'm like, I do not care. I love it. And my friends loved it who did skate. So that totally made, like, now looking back on it, that makes me so much more confident in the fact that I do love skateboarding through thick and thin, whether it's trendy or whether it's not trendy. I'll always have a place for skateboarding in my heart, hands down. And I think that's important for your kids to learn. Like, it's not for everyone. If they love it, they love it. If they don't, they don't. Let them explore what they want. What kind of other stuff are your kids into? Like, do they skate right now because they want to, or?
Yeah, the boy, almost 6 years old. His first sports is climbing,
like rock climbing.
Mm-hmm.
Rock climbing's super fun. Me and Thorbeck, we would go bouldering sometimes, and bouldering is like no harness. You're kind of climbing at more of like a inverted level, and it's super difficult, but it's fun. Yeah. So yeah, we used to boulder a little bit. Yeah. Yep. Anything else? We were chilling at the office that one time, and he was hyped on skateboarding and tech decks, and we were talking about something. I remember he was there. Me and your son, we were at the office a while ago.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was funny. He was really excited about. I think maybe it was like his math homework or something like that.
Yeah,
I can't even remember.
Yeah, I don't know if there is no right answer for skateboarding and Olympics, but I still hope more and more people to know more about skateboarding culture.
Yep.
You know? That's why I'm keep like translate the video from YouTube, like Jeff Grosso's Love Letter and all those kind of skateboarding culture video to Chinese to let the people know, you know, because if nobody do that kind of things, skateboarding is just another sports.
Definitely. That was something I wanted to get into, was the evolution of Kicker Club. Like, as time has gone on, it's definitely evolved. And as we start to wrap up the show, like, what do you have going on for the future of Kicker Club? Like, do you have any goals or aspirations? Like, it started out as a community that was just for you and your friends. you just wanted to share the love of skateboarding. Now it's like your business. What's the future of Kicker Club? Do you have any goals or thoughts?
Not really. I started Kicker Club back in 2001. At the same time, around the early 2000, Jack Ma started Taobao.
Wow. I didn't know Jack Ma started Taobao.
Yes.
I thought he was just Alibaba.
Yes, Alibaba. And the Taobao started from early 2000s.
All right, that makes sense now.
Yeah. And, 2002, 2003, I started the Yizong Skate Park. We have a ski shop, also named the Yizong, because I have a website. People can buy stuff on my website at that time. Yes. But, compare with Jack Ma today.
a little bit of a different journey, but definitely still successful in your own right. Do you have any stories of skateboard history or significant some questions of friends that ask like any strong milestones in the history of skateboarding, like since it started and now, that, like maybe you could share? Like, do you have a strong, like when Danny Way jumped the Great Wall of China, that was massive. Yeah. Did you have any involvement in that? 2005,
I got a phone call. There's a guy asking me, Danny Way has a skateboarding trick tip video came out. Do you want to distribute in China? Because I have a ski shop in China at that time. I was like, maybe, but not sure, because at that time, because China copyright is not like today, it's hard to sell a video to earn money, right?
Yeah.
Actually, the guy is not trying to sell the video because they want to get in touch, get contact with me. And then they told me the story, Danny gonna come to China and jump the Great Wall. And then we start to work with their team.
Wow.
I was the first guy to show Danny to the Great Wall. We went to Great Wall together at that time. And Juyongguan, Changcheng, Juyongguan. I still have the photo. Last year or this year, X Games, the press conference, they invite Danny V, right? Yeah, I showed the photo. I first time met him, 2005, with him on the Great Wall. And do you remember we organized National Master Contest? So actually, during Danny V jump the Great Wall, our National Master is next to their mega ramp.
Wow.
Yeah. That's 2005. National Masters final was in the Great Wall next to the mega ramp.
That's such a big journey to even choose what part of the Great Wall to jump. Did you have any involvement with that, or are you more just kind of showing Danny Way around and touring him to what could possibly be?
Yeah, touring him to the Great Wall and also prepared for their press conference. Yeah, everything. The press conference was in Hard Rock, Beijing. The Great Wall hotel. He was living in that hotel. Hard Rock Hotel. Hard Rock,
right? Okay.
Yeah, Hard Rock.
Too funny, man.
Yeah, I'm lucky.
You are lucky, man.
At the right time in China, falling in love with skateboarding. Yeah. If I am a skater in the US, there's no way late. To
it's too late. You were way past.
To work with a Danny Way, you want to Otto Sari, Janowski. I even had a dinner with Tony Hawk in Sanlitun.
Oh shit, that must have been fucking awesome. Tony Hawk. Yeah. Tony Hawk is one of the most respected skaters for me. He's built over 500 skate parks around the U.S.
Yeah,
he has a Tony Hawk. Yeah, the Skate Park Foundation.
Yes, because Quicksilver used to have a flagship store in Sanlitun next to the Apple store. I started work for Apple at that time.
Yeah,
and Quicksilver invited Tony Hawk to China for the Woodward Beijing opening, and they have something in their store. At that evening, my friend called me, said, "Hey, Tony Hawk had dinner at the Element Fresh next to the Apple Store in Sunnytown Village.
No
you know,
way.
do you want to come to join us?" I was sure, of course.
Hell yeah.
And then I went there to have dinner with them. And after the dinner, I went back to the Apple Store. I told my big boss, John Ford, like, "Hey, I just had dinner with Tony Hawk." He was like, "Dude, you're well connected."
Yeah, dude, you are well connected. Beyond Kicker Club, now you do more stuff, right? Like, are you somewhat of an agency? Like, I know you worked with like Oppo and like, what kind of other work do you do outside of Kicker Club?
Yeah, some production works for some cell phone brand because I have digital background. I used to work for Apple, and my major is in information engineering, and I'm also a geek for years.
Sure.
So I like the cell phones, those kind of digital stuff, and making some content. And every year, like some cell phone brand has a new cell phone came out. They ask me to make some content or even make some commercials for them.
Sure.
Yeah, so that's another part of my job. Yes.
Yeah.
But for all of it, I think thank you skateboarding. That's
Thank you skateboarding.
Skateboarding totally changed my life. Yes, if I didn't skating, I can imagine my life is like after graduate working for a software company as a programmer, maybe change a company. That's it. Go to work 9 a.m., get off 5 p.m., and marry, get a kids. That's it. But skateboarding, damn.
It could have been a boring life without skateboarding.
Yeah, skateboarding brought me to US, to Europe, to everywhere, and to let me, have dinner with Tony Hawk, to work with Danny Way, like, to meet you,
Yeah,
right? I'm sitting here.
I would have not come to China if it wasn't for skateboarding.
Dude.
I really owe everything to skateboarding. Everything that I've had in my career, my ability to meet certain people.
Yeah.
And that's something that I've actually loved about China so much is the skate community is a lot more tight-knit here than anywhere else in the world I've ever visited. People tend to be so much more welcoming here. I've found at least.
Or that's because it's still small, maybe.
You know what? That has to be the reason. Yeah. It's just smaller. And so I'm super grateful to have met you, have met everyone here in China.
Like to push, Yeah. Can you imagine there is a production house, the founder, all the skaters.
All skaters. Damn. I would have not started my career in video production was it not for skateboarding, because the people that I met that were already killing it in the video production world started from skateboarding. So, I think that's an amazing way to end the episode. Both of us sharing our love for skateboarding. And dude, thank you, Guan Mu, so much for coming on the show. You're a true legend to skateboarding in Shanghai and China. Dude, seriously, can you tell everyone one more time, Doe's shop, you're going to be premiering new photo series with Robert?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. What's the date?
October 19th, afternoon, 3 to 6 p.m.
Perfect.
Okay, in the end, there is a joke about my hometown beer, Qingdao beer.
Okay.
Do you know how to spelling? Tsingtao.
Okay.
Qingdao beer.
Qingdao.
Do you know what is that meaning? This shit is not good. Try another one.
That's what it means? This shit is not good.
Tsingtao.
Qingdao. Yeah. Oh my God.
This shit is not good. Try another one.
Dude, it's the best beer, hands down. Oh man, but it is a good beer. This shit is not good. Try another one. All right. Guan Mu, thank you so much for coming on. Thank you.
Thank you, skateboarding.
Bye, guys.
Peace.
Boom. That's it. Thank you so much for listening. If you found this podcast valuable, there are many ways you can support it. You can rate and review it on iTunes, Stitcher, or wherever you listen. You can share it with your friends, you can blog about it, or discuss it on your own podcast. If you're watching on YouTube, you can subscribe to this channel and like the video. Or you can support it directly. You can do this by going to my website. I'll leave a link in the description. Thank you for supporting the show. Listeners like you make it possible. Also, if you enjoyed the intro and outro music, it was made by my brother, Danny Greenberg. You can go and check out his beats at soundcloud.com/estoric. ESTORIC. Okay, that's it for now. Peace.